class year voter registration. So it was not a random draw of every American undergraduate. And FIRE itself, they even flagged there might be wording context and response order effects. The way you ask a question can sometimes, produce a bias one way or another. But it was the steepest year-over-year drop in support for free speech in the 2026 rankings. And that came from the conservative students, which I was a little shocked by. So the censorship reflex has stopped being a one-party problem, which I think is the part of this survey that you should be most worried about, because conservatives have started to lose their belief in free speech as well. 53% of students say that the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is hard to discuss openly on campus because somebody's going to get violent. On 21 campuses, at least 75% said so, including 90% at Barnard College. This is the school that finished dead last overall when it comes to free speech. So the perfect tolerance bar is pretty strict on purpose. So moving one answer from definitely allow to probably allow would knock a student out of the category, even though both answers still favor letting the speaker talk. So FIRE's data can't say why it exists. We can all guess. Right? Social harmony is something that's difficult to measure, but there is a gender gap and there is an ideological gap. But the ideological gap is starting to close between liberals and conservatives. It used to be that liberals were more intolerant. Isn't that fascinating? That it's so fascinating to me how liberals, their entire ideology, the terminology for their ideology has switched what they say they are and what they actually are. So the liberals claim to be liberals, but